Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Right then, we have another new map from Something on My Shoe 2. Now this legend among map makers, well, what was it? It was Iron Horse Farm, wasn't it? He produced Iron Horse Farm. I'm sure he's the guy that did that. If I'm wrong on that, I really do apologise for the creator of Iron Horse Farm, but I'm fairly certain it's this guy. And then you had American Outback in FS15, which was a really popular map. Really popular. He's got Rattlesnake Valley up, the big 4x map. I've already done a review on some updates on Rattlesnake Valley. That map is just phenomenal. I mean, it's huge, massive. And here we are, and some of you may recognise this map. This is American Outback. He has updated it for FS17. And if you have a look, let's just, before we go any further, we're just going to take a look at the map, and then we'll start having a sort of a look around. I didn't actually play this map in FS15, okay? And I always felt that I was kind of missing out a little bit, but I had so many other maps to play, I never got round to it. And having had a look through this map, I'm now a little bit disappointed that I didn't actually play on it. When you looked on the forums in FS15 while it was out, and you had people asking, what's the best map to play? What map should I play? I really want to play a really good quality map. What should I go and do? This map was mentioned a huge number of times. It was a very popular map, and it came highly recommended by so many players. So, Something on My Shoe 2. Somehow, I'm assuming... I did actually ask him if he ever sleeps, because the number of maps that he is able to produce, and the quality of his maps, has kind of meant that I'm a little bit concerned for his health, because I'm starting to feel that maybe he only has 1 hour sleep a night, and then spends 23 hours a day working on maps. He assures us all, however, that he sleeps. He gets a healthy amount of sleep, so he can continue rolling out fantastic maps for us all. I did a sort of a map comparison between these two. Several of these bits is the same. I don't actually have one that I can look at the moment. I know that there's several fields on this side that are quite a bit different. He's made some bigger ones now and compressed a few together, and there are a few little changes. But I'm going into this as a new player. I've never played American Outback before. So we are going to just take a quick look around. Now, what we're going to do first, we're going to have a quick look around the main yard. And I did see a Let's Play video of American Outback back in FS15. And these buildings are the same. I think that possibly the textures have been updated. I'm not sure. Because I didn't actually go into the map, I'm not certain what's been done. But the textures look good. So I'm assuming that there's been some tweaks and alterations, updates and everything. I mean, the textures of everything else look fantastic. What I particularly love is the texture of the grass. Look at this. It's dry. We're playing in a desert here. I'm pretty sure this is based off of Arizona. I'm not certain. There is a description for it, but I went past there when I started recording, so it was a bit late by that point. So this map is... In the previous version, I believe it had like some scripts and stuff that were made by Mahu. And, I mean, we all know that Mahu is an absolute legend. He's probably the... most mythical and legendary figure in the modding community for Farming Simulator. The scripts and everything that he produces is just amazing, and everybody uses them in all of their maps. So, Something on My Shoe 2, he used some of these scripts in his map. And just take a little drive around. We've got 3 of these cases lined up, and we've got a case combine over there. So we're nicely themed on the machinery here. So yeah, he took some of those scripts from Mahu and he used them in the previous version of this map. He hasn't in this one, because this map has been designed from his remake from the ground up. Look at this. We've got the liquid fertilizer, and the seed tanks all here at the yard. You don't have to mess around with the big bags if you don't want to. You're not being forced into anything that you don't want to do. I know there's several people that don't like dealing with the big bags, so you don't have to worry about that. And yeah, so he's designed this map for consoles from the beginning. He went into this project intending it to be for consoles. And I asked him, is he planning to do an update later on, maybe release a package for PC users and add in some of those scripts? And he said, no, he's not. This map is for console users. There will not be a PC version. It's entirely for console, so any updates that he works into this map will be for console as well. So you console players, you've got a really good quality map here. You've got these different textures in the grass and everything, which is absolutely brilliant. I love it. So you've got this fantastic dry feel to it. And I don't know, is these aloe vera plants? I mean, it's definitely a cactus in the middle, but it kind of looks like aloe vera crossed with a cactus. It really does. So you've got these plants everywhere. Even the trees have got like a yellowy foliage on them, which I don't recall seeing in the regular game. I thought they were greener than this. Yeah. You've got animals beside the yard. You've got pigs over on this side of the road. You've got the chickens just back there that we looked at. The pigs are right here. And you can go into the pigs area. You can drive around in here if you want. And you would assume that this is like a pig pen in real life, in that it has got an electric fence across here. And I know several people that keep pigs, and they'll have an electric fence across there you could drive over. So it's quite realistic. You can't see the electric fences in the game, obviously, but there is one across there. You can drive in, you can drive around here if you want to and have a look at your pigs. I don't know. Actually, we could do that. I've cheated in a load of money. I've got the money cheat. I think it's that. There. I don't know. But when you're in a vehicle, you can make money turn up. I can't remember how to do it without being in a vehicle. So if we go here, let's go to buy. Let's get a load of pigs. There we go. They won't do anything without water, but we could buy 100 odd pigs. There we go. Confirm 377,000. I'm on euros. This is no good. We're with the American Outback. Let's change this up. Not pounds. No, we're not in the UK. Dollars and miles. There we go. Now everybody's happy. So the pigs, where are they wandering? The pigs actually, they go all over the animal pen. That's really cool. Because sometimes you see these things and they don't go over like the area that they're allowed to, but these pigs, these go over the entire area, which is a much bigger area than the standard default pig pen. That's brilliant. I like that. Over this side of the road, we have not the sheep, the cattle. Cattle are over here. So you've got everything close to the yard. Now, I've got the frame rate, you'll see up in the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner, I should say. And I'm keeping that there so that you can see. I have already loaded this game and played it a little bit. So I think that makes a difference. Once you do it once and then you come back to it, it loads easier, and it's easier on frame rates as well. I don't know how that works out for console. I think consoles are actually different. Left, Alt, and L. I'm just getting rid of this glance stuff. There we go. It's the glance mod. As a test for any maps, I run most of the time with most of the mods that are available on ModHub. I've got them all on there on the list. I install them pretty much as they're released. So most of those mods are there, and I've got them all loaded for this. There are a few of them that I don't run, but I've got quite a lot of them running in the background, so that for PC users especially those script-heavy mods that are on ModHub, I've got those going as well, so you can see if there's any drops in frame rate in any locations on the map, just to sort of give you an idea of what it's like. I've bought in 100 pigs. We haven't bought anything else yet. Let's start having a look through the machinery. So you start with these 3 case tractors, that one out there, and the combine. Now, I've also bought this pickup here. We're up at the top end of the map now, right at the top, old grain store. Huge, great big grain store here. And I think that's the sell point right there. And I'm not actually sure what the rail... I think this rail here is purely for decoration. I don't think there's a sell point where I think you sell just there. I don't know if there's anything else about storing the grain or anything like that. I don't think you store the grain here. And there's no train on here at the moment. I think that track there is just for decoration. I asked if there's going to be a future update that's got trains. At the moment, trains are a big maybe. It all depends. Now, this map has been submitted to ModHub for upload. However, there's no reset point on the map. So at the moment, it's going to be refused the first time round, and that has been corrected. And so the next time round, when it happens again, hopefully the upload will go okay, and everybody will be happy, and Giants will accept it. So you could be looking at between a week and 2 weeks before you see this one going live. Hopefully, after that, everything will be all right. So I've been assured that he's working hard to make sure this one is uploaded and released. That is brilliant. Look at that. Look at this place. you really get, this is how you get the feel for this map, is just by caning it. I mean, you do for just about any map, but just cane it around the map. And in order to be console friendly and to keep the frame rates down as low as possible for all users, there's no fences with collisions. There are fences on some paddocks and that, but fences with collision are kept at a minimum. So you can access the, I don't know if the telegraph poles do have collision. Just found out. There we go. But generally there's no collision. You don't have fences with collision around the edges, and that makes it very console friendly, and is also very console and beginner user friendly, with the fact that you look at the way the fields are laid out. I'll show you in the escape menu a second. If you look here, there's a lot of space at the ends of the fields. All the fields are square, so they're very user friendly. You don't have to start relying on any mods or anything in order to be able to farm the fields effectively. You can use the standard hired helps very effectively on all of these fields because of the large turning circles that have been allowed on the ends of the fields, which is a huge bonus for console users because there are so many mods that we become accustomed to using, and a lot of players will use like course play, stuff like that, to help them with odd shaped fields. I use the GPS mod a huge amount to help me with various different fields. We spin in here. And yeah, it's because I sort of become reliant on a lot of these, especially for odd shaped fields and things like that. When you're using the PC a lot, you do find yourself forgetting about the poor console users sometimes with some of the maps you're looking at, because you're looking at it, approaching it from a PC user point of view. So this has been done from the ground up for console users, which means that everyone can enjoy this map. And I mean everyone. This is brilliant for PC users and console users alike. You cane it around this map. It's nice and flat. You've got a few little bits, a few little hills here and there, but generally it's a flat area. Amazing attention to detail, and just the feel of it. You can feel this map is dry and there's not much moisture in the air. You see the cactus plants everywhere. And for those of you who are on PC, I would think that you would definitely want to be using some kind of irrigation mod. I believe there are some irrigation mods that you can use that basically you water the field and it acts like a layer of fertilizer. I've always approached the fertilizer as field improvement rather than actual fertilizer. Because if you look at it as field improvement, so that when you roll the field or you weed the field or anything like that, you need 3 improvement phases in order to be able to harvest your crops effectively. And so if you look at it as 3 improvement phases in a dry, dusty environment like this, using an irrigation mod would be absolutely wonderful. You get the water, you get your irrigation mod set up, and you've got this dry, dusty environment that you cannot grow your crops very well unless you get that irrigation out on the field, and you can really boost it. So I mean, look at this place. It's fantastic. So much like flat ground, and you've got a lot of meadowland as well. But then you've got like these little rocky outcrops and everything. I mean, this is brilliant. This is absolutely fantastic. The detail in this, and it's really well done as well. It's gently flowing. You've got some steeper bits. There we go. See, you got some slightly steeper bits as well, but it's just gently flowing everywhere. McLean biogas plant. Where is it? I actually know where the biogas plant is. Let's take a look here and see if it. Right, the biogas plant is the other side of the river. We'll go and take a look at that in a minute. We've got Tombstone Grains along the end of this road. I want to head back down onto this road. There's something else that I want to show you as well. Actually, we'll come back to the car in a second, and we'll go up and we'll take a quick look around the last few places. I think you're getting an idea of the feel of this place. Right, here we go. I had this one set up. I went and bought the Fendt 939, the biggest one. I put the twin wheels on. I've got the mowers on the back with the reverse drive going. This is fantastic. What a wonderful setup. Nobody can deny that this is absolutely wonderful. And we've got... For some of you, this may be a bit of an annoyance. Some of you may think this is absolutely awesome. This is what you want to see. Because you've obviously got the dry grass. It's very dry, dusty kind of appearance to it. However, when the grass is cut, it goes bright green like this. And I asked something on my shoe too, if there was any plans to try to alter this. He said he's already tried to alter it. He had a look. He hasn't had any success so far. That doesn't mean to say that it's not possible to do, and he will continue to look at it for a future update to change the texture of the cut grass. But at the moment, it's something to do with the way the default game works. You can change the texture of the growing grass, but the texture of the cut grass is a little bit more difficult to approach. So it may stay like this. Now, I know some people really don't like the fact that it's so difficult to differentiate between the growing grass and the cut grass. Well, now you won't have that problem, will you? Because quite frankly, I don't think there is any issue with trying to decide where the cut stuff is and where the rest of it is. So, yeah, that's the thing with the cut grass and the growing grass. But you've got several of these little meadows all the way around. We're in the middle there. I don't know if you can see between field 8 and field 9. A little enclosed space. Most of the meadows that you can go into and mow, they're actually enclosed in a fence. So you've got a fence all the way around them. And then the rest of the cropped fields, you don't have any fence with collision or anything like that on it. So yeah, that's that bit there. Absolutely brilliant. Let's go. I want to go to this one. Yeah, so that's the issue with the cut grass, but I don't think that is likely to be updated in the future. One thing, we're going to go up to Tombstone Grains now. While we drive up here, there's one thing that I would like to say. I've noticed a few people, and it's not just on these maps, although I do tend to follow something on my Shoe 2's maps and topics on them on various forums. Now, when you get a new map, I appreciate that if a map really, really grabs you, if you really love the map and it speaks to you on an almost primeval level, it's just something about that map that you think is almost beyond perfect. It's beautiful. It's absolutely everything you ever hoped for in a map. It's not necessarily going to be completely perfect for you, but you like the map so much that you want to start putting in the time and the effort required to do some small modifications and some small edits to the map. Right? Everybody appreciates that happens, and everybody appreciates that is something that you do, and the map creators, they appreciate that is something that you like to do as well, because it's taken as a compliment that you're editing the map. You're deciding that the map is worth investing that little bit of extra time and effort into in order to just take it beyond fantastic to absolutely perfect, and something that you will invest hundreds of hours of playtime into. What upsets people, and something that I don't particularly like to see, and I would beg you from the bottom of my heart, please don't do this. Those edits that you make, don't share them. Don't upload them for other people to download. Don't share them around. Those are your private edits, and keep them private. Right? It's now something on my Shoe 2. His analogy of this I thought was absolutely perfect. You couldn't ask for a better analogy. He said, if someone goes and climbs Mount Everest and he puts in all the effort and the work involved with climbing Mount Everest, that is a huge achievement, and he should, there's some necessary credit due for that. But then if someone gets a helicopter ride all the way up to the top of Mount Everest and then claims, they were at the summit of Mount Everest along with so-and-so, it's kind of, one, it diminishes the accomplishment of the first person because you've got two people who are at the top, but also it's kind of almost taking away the work of the person who climbed Mount Everest, because you've got two people at the top, and unless it's actually stated quite clearly, and it very often isn't stated quite clearly, look, I'm at the top of Mount Everest, you think that, it's roughly the same. It's kind of like that with a map edit being released publicly. One person has done all the work, someone else has come along, taken all that work, done a minor tweak to it, uploaded it as their own edit, and everybody thinks that he's wonderful because look at this wonderful map he's created. In fact, he hasn't created a wonderful map, he's tweaked a wonderful map. And there is a huge, huge difference. So unless you have the express permission of the author of the map, please, I'm begging you, do not upload edits of your maps, because quite frankly, those edits are what put off map creators from releasing fantastic, amazing, beautiful, stunning maps like this. And that's something that we don't want. We want these maps to keep pouring out because, quite frankly, look at this place. Look at it. When you look at that, right? You've got these flat, open plains. This is a dry, dusty environment. There's a lot of love and time and attention gone into this. Every single area of this map, every single minute square meter has been poured over and carefully constructed and made to look absolutely beautiful and perfect. And that's not something that I want to take away from the creator. That is not something that I want to take away from the creator at all. Credit should be where credit is due. And so someone uploading edits of a map should only ever do so if they have previously sought out the approval of the original map creator. And if they don't have the approval of the original map creator, either they haven't got back to them or they've said no, don't upload them. Please do not upload them. And you're going to see these maps turning up on all of the download sites. You know, they get stolen, they get put on all sorts of cheap download sites, so that every time that download is done, they get a little bit of money. It's a way of stealing the work to generate some income. If you're going to provide links to a map or a mod, try to find the original links. That's always very important, because then the original mod creators, they get the credit for it and everything else. Don't use other links. Don't use the wrong links. Don't use links to dodgy sites that send you to third-party downloaders. You don't get involved with that. Right, let's try to keep this community on the straight and narrow, because quite frankly, if you do that, these maps keep coming. And I have had a tidbit of inside information that there might be yet another map coming from the creator of this one, Something on My Shoe too. He has other projects that he's working on. Obviously there's no release date at the moment, but there are other projects. Now, other projects could mean anything. And some of these projects are quite long-term that he's been working on for a while, and if he's been working on it for a while, chances are it's going to be at least as good as this one, and this one is, quite frankly, this is epic. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of the map, and please don't be put off editing a map. If you get a map and you love it enough that you want to edit it, by all means, map creators love it when you do the editing, okay? Because it means you're investing a load of time into the map. Just don't upload it. Don't share it around, yeah? People can make their own edits to the maps and leave it at that. Do not publicly share edits to a map, because, quite frankly, that stops things like this from happening. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to stop things like this from happening. I want to see this happening a lot, right? I want to see stuff like this coming out, because look at it. I mean, this is just amazing. It's just, there's a feel to this map that is just beyond. How are you supposed to get those trees down there? I mean, really? Right, come on. Right, I tell you what. Before we go, let's see if we can get those trees. We need to buy a chainsaw, so we want to come to here, chainsaws. There we go. And we will go for a Husqvarna, I think. There we go. Okay, back and back. And right, we run down into the water. So I can understand getting here, but what happens? There's no way to get over to here. Right. Can we actually carry the logs out of here? I really don't know. So we want to chop the tree down. I'm going to come up like this. I reckon he did this just for those of us who are slightly OCD and, you know, want to be able to reach everything on the map and so on. I reckon this is like Something on My Shoe 2's personal joke. People who like to be able to access everything in a map. Oh, it's moving. It's not moving, is it? Right, let's... I love doing that. There we go. Right, tree's over. Now, can we swim and carry the logs? Yes, we can. But what happens if we drop them? Can I pick it out of the water? It's there. It's on the bottom. I got a log stuck on the bottom of the lake that I will never, ever be able to reach again. Oh, that's heartbreaking. It's a shame the logs don't float. But anyway, so there we go. That is American Outback. What an incredible map. I think I've said all I can say about this map. It's impressive. I love it. I genuinely love it. And it's definitely going to be an option for one of my future Let's Plays. It's definitely going to be included in the options. It'll be up for a vote. It could be quite interesting doing this. And if I ever play this one on a Let's Play, I promise you that I will be finding some kind of irrigation mod so that we can irrigate our fields, because I think that the only way that you could really play this one kind of realistically is to get some sort of irrigation going. You've got to. I suppose you could use a sprayer. I don't know if you could actually do that. Oh, we forgot this, the sheep. Yeah, I did just mean to have a look at the sheep before we left. There we go. Nice stone building as well. I really like this. This one's got a really nice lot of detail on it. I really do like this place. And the rusty fences as well. Everything about this map. I've looked around this map for an hour before I started recording. And tried out a few different things. And I'm still, now as I'm driving around, I'm finding more details and more things that I didn't notice before. Which it just makes it... There's just so much in here. And it's all console friendly. As soon as it's out for consoles, you guys will know you've got a nice flat area here. You can put some placeables down if you want to. You've got room for buying some extra barns and stuff like that. Yeah, you've got all sorts here. You've got everything you could ever hope for. What do we get in the garage? Do we have any placeables that we've got and bought? No, we don't. But yeah, so there we go. That is American Outback. I really hope you've enjoyed this exclusive first look. And it will be available on the Mod Hub as soon as possible. It's just got to get through the testing phases and then get approved and uploaded and so on. And then you will be able to download it and you will be able to play it. Let's see if we can get some airtime on this. Right, I did hear that this one did actually have a reset point. So let's see if we can reset or if it's just not going to work. Let's reset that tractor. Could not be reset, no space near the shop. Right, that is why, because the reset point hasn't actually been added into it. It was an oversight, but that's now been corrected and it's been resubmitted, so however long it takes is however long it takes. If you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching this first look map. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.